What's going on, guys? Appreciate you stopping by. Today is April 25th, 2026, Saturday. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Let's take a look at what's going on in the news. I've got a few notes to take a look at. First off, I want to say the Dow, the stock market ended the week just over 49,000 and not far from its all-time high. And when you think about that, in years past, the stock market was looked at as a true KPI, it was a true reflection of the economic stability and the economy of the United States. And nowadays, not so much. It is so manipulated by government, by big corporations, you name it. It is so manipulated that we can have the economic conditions that we have today with fuel prices at an all-time high, food at an all-time high, everything going up in price with no signs of relief. And the stock market continues to go up and set new records. It makes no sense whatsoever because it's manipulated, and the true winners typically in the stock market are those with the money. Those with millions of dollars. They can time the market. They have insider trading quite often, just like the politicians who do it legally. It's crazy. And us normal people, us little people, continue to deal with the real economy. We know how it's really going, with stagnant wages, and every day that goes by, we're continuing to lose purchasing power. It's crazy. So the Dow ends at 49,230. The NASDAQ ends at 24,836. Just crazy numbers. What else is going on here? So I saw a story about White Castle, which I've never had. They're little mini hamburgers, and apparently there are White Castle vending machines that are popping up in a variety of places. It's probably already bad enough. Who knows what is actually in these little hamburgers, quote unquote hamburgers. But now they're going to be located in vending machines, and apparently they get cooked or heated or something when you order them, and you can get a burger to go out of a vending machine. Imagine these things, there's some kind of power glitch or power outage, and what's inside warms up, and then the power comes back on and it gets cooled down again, and that just does not sound very appetizing. I don't know. What else is going on? There was something else I saw. The Department of Justice dropped its criminal probe of Jerome Powell. So this basically says the DOJ ended its investigation into Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell over the cost of building renovations. And, this is just another example where the Department of Justice, they come out, they talk about doing investigations. And also, it's the FBI. All these investigations happen, and then nothing. It gets dropped. You don't really hear anything about it. There's no arrests. It's amazing the number of accusations, the number of victims in many cases. But there doesn't seem to be any real criminals here. Nobody gets arrested. It just goes to show you that, if it was you or me, we'd have the door slammed in our face. We'd be behind bars. But the rich and powerful, they take care of themselves. They take care of themselves, and they're not held accountable. I mentioned yesterday, and this is a continuing story, the White House is sending a team to Pakistan for talks with Iran. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's reported because we don't really know what the truth is. I just heard another news story where they were talking about the strait will not be open till possibly July. I don't understand what is happening now when the United States comes out and states that they are in control of the strait, that they are stopping Iran from leaving their ports. Then why isn't the strait opened? Why isn't commerce and cargo ships allowed to go free under the protection of the United States of America? So we're spending literally billions of dollars in this war and in this conflict. And again, the common folks are going to suffer for it, not just in the United States, but elsewhere. There are lots and lots of products that have to be transported through the straits. If they're not transported through the straits, then they have to be air freighted, which is an incredible cost. The cost is very, very high to air freight, and some items can't be air freighted because they're so big. But we are going to see the repercussions of this for months and months, for the rest of the year. No doubt about it. I talked yesterday a little bit about the fuel, the energy products that go through the strait that are not making it to its destination, which includes China. And China is going to buy their oil. They are going to have their energy. And because of the energy shortage, prices are going up. I mentioned I paid $4.20. It was like $4.19 for a gallon of gas. It's the most I've ever paid in my entire life. And this is not something this administration should be proud of. It's very, very disappointing. And for what? I guess that's up for debate, and I'm not going to get into it right now. But the bottom line is things are not improving. They're continuing to get worse, to get more severe. And I'll talk a little bit about that at the end when I give a preparedness tip. So, interesting. I live in Maine, if you're not aware. Maine governor vetoed U.S. first statewide data center ban. Says with backlash to AI data centers growing, Maine almost became the first state to ban them after state lawmakers approved an 18-month moratorium on new data center construction. Instead, Governor Janet Mills, who is a POS, a Democrat who's currently running a tough Senate primary, vetoed the measure, saying it would economically harm the state by shutting down a proposed project on the site of a defunct paper mill. So I got to tell you, and it has nothing to do with it being, the state that I live in. I am wishy-washy on this. To a certain extent, I understand trying to ban these AI centers. It mentioned about going into a site where there's a paper mill. Those are usually very remote. So you have a beautiful natural habitat, natural area, usually small towns that were once supported by these paper mills. And they're going to put an AI data center. It's going to bring lots of jobs and economic stability to these areas. Thus the reason why Governor Mills vetoed it. And I could see it absolutely would hurt the state economically to not have these data centers. At the same time, a lot of these small towns may not want it, and they should be able to have some control over that, but largely it's the state, and again, big money, big lawyers can control these things. AI is here. It is not going away. These data centers are going to be built. just like any other factory, there is a lot of misinformation about these data centers and water usage and pollution and such. There's a lot of BS that's circulated around because people are just anti-AI. So we'll see what happens. But, these data centers are definitely a wave of the future. And AI is part of the future. One of the things I was going to comment, because I had seen this story about AI, there's a lot of people that are absolutely anti-AI. And I will tell you, I believe AI is detrimental to our existence. AI is going to markedly change the entire labor force, the culture, and business going into the future in a very short amount of time. I think within the next 2 years, we are going to see almost a revolution when it comes to the labor market, and a lot of high-paying jobs that were held by very well-educated, well-experienced, well-skilled people are going to disappear. They're going to go to the wayside. And we're already seeing lots of layoffs due to AI. This is going to continue. And in a future video, I'm going to talk about what I think might be what the end result is, or the solution that government is going to come up with to counter this. Elon Musk has talked about it, but I'm going to save that for another video because I want to get this one over with. And that's the news items I'm covering today. Preparedness tip. So I talked earlier about rising prices, inflation, shortages, etc., etc. My preparedness tip, and this is a constant. If you've got an extra $20, you got a little bit extra cash, a little bit extra funds, go out there and stock up some. Look at what you need. Food is usually going to be the number one priority. I just went out and just got back from stocking up on a few items, including some food items and just everyday household items that we use literally every day, or almost every day, because the prices are not going to drop. They're going to continue to go up. And if I can put them back now at these current prices, then I'll get ahead a little bit. So just continuing to stockpile. I suggest you do the same. A few extra cans of vegetables, soup, beef stew is always a good one. A couple of bags of rice. Rice is super cheap. Some beans, pasta. Get some spaghetti sauce. I mean, $20. I know prices are high, but you can still, if you shop around, you go to the right place. If you find something on sale, maybe there's a BOGO. If you don't know what a BOGO is, it's buy one, get one free. You can do pretty well in this market. That's just the prices, a couple of months from now, the prices are going to be higher. So anyways, that's my prepper tip for the day. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing if you haven't. Hit that like button, share with somebody that's like-minded. And hope everybody has a great weekend. You guys stay safe. Take care. We'll see you next time.
So I ran from the cities and the noise and lies, found a piece of ground under open skies. Hands in the dirt, sweat on my shirt, learning what living's really worth. While crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, callous palms, blisters, pride. Planted seeds where hope was.